Tonight at 6, a community rattled. 2 police officers killed during a traffic stop in Virginia. What led up to the tragedy, where the suspect was found, and one message from first responders. And fighting for his life, Pope Francis now in critical condition at this hospital in Rome. What we know at this hour after the pontiff's latest health scare. And finding work after federal worker firings. How people here at home are facing an uncertain future as unemployment cases rise. Plus, the benefits that people can qualify for.
Temperatures are warming up across the DMV. How warm will they get this week? Well, we'll have to see coming up in the forecast.
And finding you savings, cutting costs for families with furry friends. The plans to stretch your dollar and keep cash in your wallet.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in Virginia. Tragedy overnight. 2 Virginia Beach police officers were shot and killed in a traffic stop just last night. Officers Cameron Gervin and Christopher Reese reportedly pulled over a 42-year-old driver named John McCoy, who first responders say refused any commands to get out of the vehicle. Police say once McCoy got out, there was a fight and he shot both officers. The event's shocking the community. Tonight, the police chief said first responders also deserve to feel safe.
We asked them to go out in this community and keep us safe from evil. And last night, evil found them. And that sacrifice is a painful reminder of the dangers our officers face and that unwavering commitment that they have to serve and protect.
Police say McCoy's body was found nearby with a gunshot wound to the head, presumably self-inflicted. The Congresswoman Jen Kiggins shared her condolences, saying, quote, "Our entire community mourns the tragic loss of 2 brave Virginia Beach police officers who were killed." As we await more information, please join me in praying for their loved ones and the Virginia Beach Police Department. Well, more developing news this afternoon. Several people were shot inside a southern Pennsylvania hospital, and people were held hostage in the ICU. Pennsylvania officials say a man entered UPMC Memorial in York with a handgun and zip ties, allegedly shooting a doctor, a nurse, a custodian. Police officer was also killed in a shootout before the gunman was shot dead. We'll have more on this developing story at DCNewsNow.com. And one of your top stories tonight, developing. Pope Francis is reportedly in critical condition. He's being cared for at a hospital in Rome. The Vatican says an asthma attack happened while Francis was being treated for pneumonia and a lung infection. Doctors say sepsis, which is a complication of pneumonia, is the main threat facing the Pope, who is prone to bronchitis in the winter. The Vatican says Francis will skip his traditional Sunday blessing tomorrow. All right, meteorologist Eric Bowen is in for Scott Sumner tonight. Hey, this is a rare sight. It's a little bit sunny out there, at least the sunset after 6 o'clock. Who would have thought this would ever happen, Derek?
Yeah, getting to see a little bit of sun before the sun sets indeed here for the 6 o'clock broadcast as it is setting at this current hour. Looking at today, we had a high temperature of around 43. We started off at around 24 degrees this morning. Now that's still way below the average for this time of year by a margin of 10 degrees or so. So it's definitely still seeing some very chilly temperatures out and about, but we are on the up and up. We're starting to see a warm up trend here over the next couple of days. We're already seeing temperatures compared to just yesterday. We're anywhere from 5 up to 10 degrees, and even some locations up to 15 degrees warmer than they were at this point yesterday. So we're going to see more of that warmer air coming in as we head into a new week. But we're seeing overcast skies for now. We're looking at 39 degrees here in Washington. We have those west-south at 7 miles per hour. We'll have more of those southerly winds come as we head in towards Sunday, as well as your Monday. That could help temperatures reach up even more. Currently around the area, temperatures are into the 30s and 40s.
All right, Derek, we'll see you in a few. New tonight in the district, an update from police about a deadly shooting in Northwest that happened last month. Police say they've arrested 34-year-old Maurice Ford of Northwest in connection to the death of 32-year-old Terrell West, also from Northwest. Police say the shooting happened at an apartment building on Ridge Square. City Fire and EMS found West suffering from gunshot wounds. He's pronounced dead on the scene. Investigators think the shooting was a result of an argument. Ford was arrested on Friday, just yesterday, and is being charged with second-degree murder while armed. Overnight, an ambulance crashed with another vehicle late last night in PG County. Fire officials say it happened in Bowie at 1140 on Crane Highway and Harbor Way, saying that 2 fire department employees and another person were sent to the hospital. Continuing coverage of those widespread federal layoffs and firings, they are having an impact here at home. Thousands of workers now looking for new ways to support their families. Our Daniel Hamburg caught up with several people with those uncertain futures.
I've always wanted to be a federal employee.
But just 8 months into the job, Samantha Leach was part of the mass layoffs of probationary employees.
I worked on a team that analyzed products that are used in that currency to make sure that our money still gets printed.
She was a senior material program manager with the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, something that may not sound mission critical.
But if the tasks I were assigned don't get done, it will affect the production of the U.S. currency.
One less income in her household with 3 kids isn't easy, and unfortunately, a place she's been before.
My family is still recovering from the time period I was laid off before. It took 6 months to get a job.
Over at the IRS, 7,000 layoffs started Thursday.
I was honestly a bit angry, a little bit bitter. It was very disorienting as well.
Media relations specialist Jonathan Curry among them.
It sounds silly, but it really was my dream job.
He has 3 kids and a 4th on the way.
We're a single income family, so when, if I get laid off, our income drops to nothing.
Beyond himself, he worries for the IRS as a whole, saying the IRS was deeply underfunded for a long time, which got worse with COVID. He says the layoffs may not impact this tax season much, but losing customer service and revenue agents isn't good for the long term.
Tax enforcement is critical to this nation, and I think the cracks are going to show eventually, if not right away.
Daniel Hamburg reporting. Both federal employees told us that they had great reviews from their bosses, despite their dismissal letters citing performance issues. And those mass layoffs have only caused new unemployment claims to go up here at home and nationwide, where last week saw about 5,000 more than the week before. There were nearly 1,700 new claims for unemployment last week in D.C. That's up slightly from the week prior. Claims are up more than 27% from the first week of February. Well, developing now, a federal judge clears the way for the Trump administration to pull thousands of USAID workers off the job. The judge removed their temporary block on efforts to remove almost all USAID staffers. The move also allows the White House to give employees abroad a 30-day deadline to move back to the U.S. and at the government's expense. For unions, this is a blow after suing the Trump administration. They say that eliminating the agency providing foreign aid should require congressional approval. And coming up at 6:30, the benefits that federal workers can apply for in our extended coverage of these sweeping cuts. Back to that mid-air collision over the Potomac, we are learning more on that crash that killed 67 people. A Chicago-based attorney is suing the U.S. government on behalf of those families. The attorney is representing the wife and children of Casey Crafton. He was on that American Airlines flight that collided with the military Black Hawk helicopter. This attorney is suing the FAA and the Army for a total of $500 million, saying it was government negligence that caused Crafton's death. While the full report of the investigation is not yet done, federal investigators say they are looking into missed communications that happened between air traffic control and the Black Hawk crew. We're also learning about the incredibly difficult conditions we're told first responders had at the scene of the crash. Our Randy Bass spoke with first responders and learned more about the emotional impact all of this has had on them.
Yes, those incredibly difficult recovery efforts, those have ended, but the healing process, that is just now starting to begin. And first responders we talked to say those images, those feelings, they never really go away.
There's physical scars and those emotional scars that people have as a result of this tragedy.
Those scars still fresh for D.C. Firefighters Union President David Hoagland. only 3 weeks after the mid-air collision near Reagan National Airport, where 67 people were killed.
And our members worked for a very long time on the scene under extremely hazardous conditions. There was jet fuel throughout the water. There was debris from the airplane as everybody dove for several hours in icy conditions.
First responders getting their first chance to process it all. The DC Fire and EMS Foundation says they'll be there to help them heal.
The struggles that they have after an event like this can happen today. They can happen 6 months from now. They can happen 6 years from now.
And for former first responders like Don Usher,
it's like we flew yesterday.
He was the pilot of U.S. Park Police helicopter Eagle One, rescuing people from the Potomac River after Air Florida Flight 90 crashed into the 14th Street Bridge back on a snowy, icy day in 1982.
These aircraft accidents are always just a series of little events that, but for one thing, might have changed the entire outcome.
For him, the recent crash has reopened old wounds, remembering both the remarkable rescues and the lives lost 43 years ago.
For me, it was just shock and then absolute sorrow, because here we were going through another process in the Potomac River, the loss of innocent life, an airplane crash that probably didn't have to happen, just like Air Florida didn't really have to happen.
Now, the DC Fire and EMS Foundation, they say they are always accepting donations. And coming up in a couple of weeks, the Legacy on Ice. That's a benefit event coming up at Capital One Arena. It's set for March 2nd. Proceeds from that event will go towards benefiting victims' families and first responders who responded to that crash. At Reagan National Airport, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Randy. Turning our focus to Southwest Airlines, they're making the biggest cuts in their 53-year history. 15% of the corporate workforce will be laid off, including senior leadership positions. This comes as the airline looks to increase revenue and better compete with other major carriers. In all, nearly 1,800 jobs will be eliminated by June. It's expected to save Southwest more than $200 million just this year and $300 million next year. A heads up, if you have not already noticed, there are 3 Red Line stations for the Metro that are closed this weekend in Montgomery County. No trains will travel between Medical Center and Van Ness UDC. Free shuttle buses will replace those trains.